This evening's first honoree is America's oldest living golf champion, a native Houstonian, whose vision for Champions Golf Club helped transform his hometown into a world-class city. But before Jack Burke's name and face became familiar to crowds of fans, he was a young, unknown golf pro who became a U.S. Marine Corps sergeant. His legendary confidence, discipline, and competitive spirit helped prepare young men for battle and continues to inspire legions of individuals to achieve their best. Jack Burke Jr. is renowned in the world of sport. With his lifelong friend, professional golfing colleague, and business partner, Jimmy DeMeritt, he co-founded Champions in 1957, even before he'd finished his PGA Tour career. Today, Champions stands alone for its purity as a golf club, a place conceived, constructed, and solely operated by touring professionals. Jack's commitment to the game of golf, to the disciplined sportsmanship and the opportunities it creates for youth, keep him engaged with young people.
I've known Jackie since I was 14 years old. He was 2 years ahead of me in high school. His brother was one of my closest friends, Eddie. Jackie has always been this way. The Marine Corps, he was disciplined to the point of disgust almost before he was in the Marine Corps.
I met Jackie, I think, when I was 11 years old. I've had a wonderful friendship with the Burke family.
I got in the Marine Corps when I was about 19 years old.
Everybody funnels himself towards Jackie Burke because he is the pinnacle of the top of the food chain for how things are supposed to be done.
I came from a family of 8, so there were no guns or rifles, so the first round I've ever fired was at the Marine Corps rifle range. So I probably wasn't the greatest shot in the world, but I got it done.
He was always pretty sure of himself. As a young child, he was very confident. And the Marine Corps obviously helped build that confidence.
I've enjoyed every moment that I've spent with Jackie. He always, he gives everyone no quarter. He will absolutely eviscerate you in your golf game and your private life, and he just, when you walk in, he has you under his thumb.
Jackie and I hit it off right away because being in the Marine Corps, and this is a big thing with Jackie, Jackie says, "What was your rank?" And I said, "Corporal." He let out a little bit of a sigh. He says, "I was a sergeant." So I said, "Oh."
My dad was a career Marine sergeant, Master Gunnery Sergeant in the Marine Corps for 30 years, fought in World War II as Jackie did. You know, you can see the Marine in Jackie. It's a no-nonsense approach. It's no BS, no frills.
He's just a disciplined guy, and he's a tough guy. Now, I don't know how he got in the Marine Corps. I don't know if he could have passed the pull-up test to get in it, or the push-up test, but we say around here that if Mr. Burke was in the jungle and there was a mountain lion, you know, a mountain lion came in there with him, you wouldn't go check on Mr. Burke, you'd go check on the mountain lion, right? That's what we always say around here.
Well, I thought a shot out, but if I wouldn't bet my money clip on it, I wouldn't do it. So I just did the things that I knew I could do. And that's what you do in the Marine Corps. You do the things that you know you can do, and don't try to be a general when you're a sergeant.
I can see the Marine Corps in Jack. I can see the Marine Corps in the way he runs Champions. Like, there's goals set. He wants you to have a certain handicap before you become a member.
He wanted his club to be players. He wanted them to compete in golf. He thought that was good in their, not only in their recreational lives, but also in their business life as well.
He was so tough, so dogmatic about his approach to tour and approach to golf now. I know he got that from his dad, and I know it reiterated itself when he went into the Marine Corps about being disciplined and about being, this is the way you have to think, this is the way you have to do things, this is the outcome, these are all these, he's very regimented. He's a very regimented person. But golfers are regimented. You know, we have to tee off at a certain time of day, you can't be late, all those things, they all sort of blend together to a certain degree, I think, for you know, Jack Burke and his teachings about his life, his faith, his family, his golf. They all sort of blend, in my mind.
He runs the entire place according to the Marine Corps. I think he's felt that there's never been a more successful military unit than the Marine Corps. So I can see a lot of the Marine Corps in Jack Burke.
Jackie is one of these guiders. He guides you into golf and wants to keep you there. But there's no one that I've seen in my life who has made such a lasting impression on the things that I've learned along with Harvey and Jackie Burke. Because Jackie has seen it from all sides. I mean, he's won major championships. He's been around clubs. He's traveled. He knows what works and what he thinks in his mind doesn't work, and he wants to adopt that and keep that. And certainly in his hometown in Houston, he's done an incredible job.
I see a kid out here struggling on the golf course. It takes me like 5 minutes to straighten him out. So we do it. We've trained over 3,000 out here at Champions, and not one DWI or one wreck out of the 3,000. So if they learn golf, they're going to learn where the out of bounds is, and they learn what rules are about.
The youth is the most important thing to him. He has always been very inclusive in this club with youth. He believes 100% entirely that all the older members are eventually going to be gone, and he has to focus always on the youth. I mean, he's always told me, whether it's promoting the juniors, promoting the amateur, promoting little kids, getting clinics, etc., because he knows that, you know, 1/3 of his membership are older, 1/3 are middle, and 1/3 are young. And a lot of clubs forget the young.
To know Jackie is to love him, and the combination of being a Marine, being a PGA Tour player at his level, and being such an advocate for the game, it's all Jackie Burke.
He's given me a lot of tips about being a Marine. You know, he always has a knife on him, you know, and everyone around him here at Champions, usually they get a knife, a little pocket knife, and he said a Marine always has a knife on him. And he's just always referenced the Marine Corps as being something that was a very important part of his life.
The other sports, you got to have 10 referees out there to keep them from cheating. You don't cheat in golf.
Golf to him was, I suppose, in a Marine context, it was hand-to-hand combat. It was match play. You know, he always, if he played somebody, he would basically look at them, and Jackie always said, look, he said, it's me against you. He said, you're going to go down today. I'm not going down. You're going down. But he had that persona about him, and psychologically, he had you.
I probably wouldn't be able to even get on the tour without his guidance, to be honest with you. You know, I came over here from Australia, and he was a father figure to me.
When Jackie speaks about the Marines, he's part of the family. You know, I think all Marines feel that way. But he's very, very fiercely proud that he was a Marine and fought for this country. And he is very giving of his time and his dedication to them. And you know, as an American citizen, I'm deeply grateful for having them protect us and going into battle when we need it.
Jackie, I will always be appreciative of the time we've spent together, the hours that you spent, the days that you spent with me, helping develop my game, my putting especially. That 3-foot drill that you gave me, making 100 in a row, I'll always be indebted to, because it changed my short putts, despite the fact that it cost me a lot of dinners. I didn't mind losing those, because in the long run it was a good payoff. But I'll always appreciate the time spent in the 2004 Ryder Cup, and every moment we spent together. I learned a lot in how you treat people. I learned a lot in some of your sayings. Every day I repeat 50-51. Every day I reiterate that to my kids. If you make 50, don't spend 51. It's a very simple rule for finances, and it's something that I'll always be grateful for. You've had a wonderful number of anecdotes that you've shared with a lot of us, and I want you to know how they've hit home, and they stick, how we remember them, and how impactful they've been. Thank you.
I want to thank you for being the person that you are. You have a legion of friends who love and respect you so much, and I'm honored to be asked to say a few words about you. You have made a huge difference in my life, and I think you know that. But in this regard, honoring you with the Marines makes me very proud to be able to say a few words about you. There's no other greater example of a Marine than you. But Jackie, we love you, and we thank you.